equipment. We upgraded our cameras. We've upgraded our microphones so the audio sounds better on the YouTube videos. And I have to say the audio is like a million times better, which is a plus. But for some reason, throughout the evening, certain visuals, although it was recording, didn't record to the memory card. So it was weird. All of a sudden we're talking, we're doing a visual, and then it just stops. And then the bit will be missed, and then it will start again. Bizarre. So anyway, yeah, that was a bit weird.
Do you think that was paranormal, though?
No, I don't know. It just seems odd.
It is odd. It's never happened before, has it?
No.
And there was nothing on the cameras that like indicated to us that there was a problem.
No, because whenever we settle the cameras down, I always check. I go, hello, just to check to see if the sound monitor's going up, so I know the mic's on, and the big red button that says recording is lit. So I always double, triple check. So I know, because halfway through a visual that you and I did with Tracy in the upstairs room,
yeah,
that was half recorded. Then there's a chunk missing, and then it records again. You know, when we kept having a conversation with Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How weird.
So just think
very strange.
Bit odd. But we're out again this weekend, which is exciting because it's new build. We've not done it before. A lot of history there. But from speaking to the owners of the property, it is going to be an investigation a bit like what we like our Chinook Mill to be. So quite non-sinister, so friendly ghosts. So Casper's there. I'm hoping he's going to make a little pop in and say hello. So we're going to do this investigation using different techniques, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and it's a sleepover event as well, so we will be there all night.
The car's fixed. The car is
fixed.
Excellent.
£800 later, but it's fixed.
It felt super weird today driving it, I have to admit. Like, I got in the car and it's like nothing was beeping at me, nothing was going off, nothing was flashing, and I was like, this is so strange. And then the clutch was like super sensitive. I only had to like wiggle my toe and it moved, and I'm like, oh my god, it felt like driving a new car off a forecourt today.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with it that it's done. It's been a bit of a stress, really. It's a weight lifted knowing that the car is all done. I don't like driving the car when it's wrong because it puts me on edge. I like to feel like I'm safe.
It's not fun driving then if it's
I like to be safe. I know, but I do. I like to be safe. So yeah, so the car's fixed, which is all good. What have you been doing, Chris?
Shows every day.
Shows every day.
Yeah, been staying busy.
Staying busy. Yeah, we've been trying to think about things. Have gone really weird over here, I think, at the moment. There's a lot of stuff going on in our little paranormal world over here. The places that we would normally be able to hire, they've just gone up in price. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But it's such a shame because for people like us who want to do an honest investigation and not abuse the fact that you're in their beautiful building, we miss out. So it's tough. But I have got a plan. But I don't know whether it's going to work. But I've got a plan. But we'll see. That can be on another podcast. I'll see if I can get it to work. So I've got to talk to a few more people. But we've had, I don't know if you guys know about Haunted Manor over there. Has that been spoken about a lot over there?
My Haunted Manor. Where is it? Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Daryl Marston has opened up a haunted house where you can stay the night and you can do your investigations, which is going to be live recorded 24/7.
Super
So
cool.
go check Daryl Marston out and them guys from My Haunted. Is it My Haunted Manor on YouTube or My Haunted?
Yeah, it's My Haunted Manor on YouTube, and it's they work alongside My Haunted Hotel here in the UK. So the guys from the UK have gone over there to help set
Helps
things
them
up and, you know, get it rocking and rolling. So I'm excited to see that. I think that's going to be pretty cool because hotel here.
Hang on, you've gone off.
Oh. So rewind. We have visited that haunted hotel here in the UK, and I have to admit, it was a brilliant night. We had so much fun there. It was amazing. Yeah. So we might want to. We have talked about it, haven't we? Going back there.
Yeah, we would like to go back, wouldn't we?
We would like to go back there.
Yeah, but just us.
Yeah. Then you can eliminate. You see, the trouble is with that.
Oh, she's 30 miles away, Catherine is.
You've got different groups of people. So sometimes when you hear stuff, like we were in one room in there and there was walking outside the room door, but we were like, we didn't acknowledge it as paranormal because there was other people in the building. So you just pass it off as, oh, it must be somebody else walking past the door. But potentially, because if you watch the show on YouTube, the walking outside that door happens regularly and nobody's there. But at the time we didn't really pay attention to it because we thought it was somebody else walking around. But so that was after hours though, wasn't it? That weren't during the show, that was after the hours. People were just wandering around everywhere. But yeah, it's good. So, and they've just done it over there in the US now, so that will be quite interesting and for you guys to have a look at, and it'll be
interesting
because it's live, it's constant, so it's constant footage all the time. So you get to see it firsthand.
Thanks, David. That's David from our page from Florida, Clearwater.
Oh,
he's joined.
I want him to suck me in the screen and pop me there. That would be lovely. We could do with it right now. Bit of Florida sun.
Excellent.
Roger in. We haven't had it for ages.
So, Grizzly, what have you got? Have you got any video evidence of what we was talking about the other day?
I have strange things going on. Very strange. So it's interesting. I can see that.
So, and Grizzly's finally been out and got all his trail cameras out of the woods.
I still got footage to go through. Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. So,
what have you got? What have you got? Are you allowed to say?
Flying rods, something that's tearing, orbs, flashes of lights. I have no idea. Lighted up objects. I don't know.
Wow.
It's interesting. Yeah. Very interesting.
It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, what is it? What is it? Is it some kind of cryptid? Is it some kind of, I don't know. Is it a ghost? Is it
everybody has their speculations, but they want me to camp in the woods, and I'm like, I've seen Blair Witch. I'm good.
No. You'll be shooting people all the time, won't you? If anybody walks past you, if you're camping in the woods, you'd be like, "Who's that?" You'd be straight out with a gun.
I would be straight out with the gun. I'd be pulling the trigger on the gun.
Before
there's
you
a difference.
See who's out there.
So, but funny, I still got more footage to go through, and I just like it's a tedious process. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. We were saying the other week, we did a bit of a Q&A, and one of the questions was, who would we most like to go on a ghost hunt with? And we said you, Grizzly, because we think you would be amazing.
What, laugh at me?
No, I think we would be hugging each other, like quivering in the corner, like the Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It would be fun.
It would be funny. We would have a laugh for sure.
Yeah, we probably would.
We would.
Grizzly.
Probably would.
When you're coming over here soon, aren't you? So
Yes.
when you come over, we are definitely doing a hunt.
100%.
If we have to go live, I think it'll be better if we go live because obviously everybody will be able to see what you like. And we'll be fully set up. We'll have 3 live cams to walk around with.
Yeah.
And then we can leave you on your own in a room.
And they always want me to take the dolls with me. Why do you want me to take the dolls camping? So I'm getting my camping supplies ready for April. I got a bunch delivered today. It's like the Amazon driver's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm not saying nothing. He's like, but anyway, yeah, I'm going out in style, generators, everything. I'm getting power, fans, everything. You name it, I'm going to have it.
Yeah.
Trip wires, everything.
I already told everybody, don't prank me, don't do anything when I go camping. So
no, it'll be like going out with the predator, won't it? Going into the forest with the predator.
That is right. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Can you show us some of that footage because we haven't seen it? Have you got anything good?
Yeah, I'm going to show it on another show. I showed most of it. So the only problems I'm having with showing it on a show is that every show we have guests on it. So until I go through the rest of the footage, I'm not going to show the hairy beast of whatever that thing is until I go through all the footage. But I showed videos with animals going up to the camera so everybody knows what a deer looks like, what a bird looks like when it flies on the camera. So they're not saying, that's a bird, that's a deer. So I'm setting the stage to show everybody what animals look like at night. So I already showed the flying rods. I showed almost all the pictures besides the hairy thing. I showed some other people the hairy thing, and they're like, what the hell was that? I'm like, hell, I don't know. Because I got it walking around the tree on 2 different cameras.
Like walking on 2 legs?
The camera's over 6 foot tall on the tree on 2 different cameras walking around the tree.
Oh my days.
So I don't know if we're going to do a special show for it or we're just going to wait until I go through the footage and we're just going to put it on a show. So, but yes.
I'm just reading some of the comments.
But the flying rod on December 25th, that was interesting because scientists don't know what that is.
A flying rod?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. What is a flying rod? That's a genuine question.
Yeah.
You don't know what a flying rod is. It looks like a rod that's got spirals on it. You never seen one?
No.
No.
Y'all from UK never seen a flying rod. Y'all crack me up.
Never seen a flying rod at all.
I've never heard of a flying rod.
Never heard of a flying rod.
Oh,
is it
my Lord.
Whimsical?
Is it a toy?
No, it's scientists don't know what they are. It's not an insect. Let me see if I got the video. I got some video still on my dashboard, my desktop. Let me see here. Let's see which one it is.
Flying rod.
Once you see it, you know what it is.
A picture of.
Do you?
Yes.
I when he said about it the other day.
Right, I got the video pause so you can see it flying. It comes from the bottom to the top of the camera flying.
All right.
That's a flying rod right there.
I can't see it. Oh.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Where?
In the right hand corner.
You don't see that big thing in the screen?
Hang on a minute.
No.
In the corner.
In the right hand.
You don't see that? Yeah, it's I'm sorry if you can't see that, we got an issue.
Oh, in the not. Yeah, okay, I see it.
That's a flying rod.
Okay.
And it flew in front of the camera.
But you're going to say what I'm going to say. When we were in that cemetery,
yes,
I got those.
Yes,
that's a flying rod. Nobody knows what they are.
Oh my gosh!
A lot of people say they're interdimensional beings, interdimensional whatever. I don't know. Scientists don't know
Really?
what they are. And that was on December 25th at 2:30 in the morning. 2:33, 2:34, I think, in the morning.
Have you still got that footage, Ange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do, but
Yeah, no, I will still have that.
no, it's
in-
not blurry, Barb. I got it on video. It actually is flying. I paused it to take a still picture of it, and
Oh my
because
gosh.
when I first saw it, I was like, I was shocked. Hey, Jeremy, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jeremy.
So,
That's
but you know,
Hey.
then I've got flashes of light in the woods. It looks like another trail camera, which there's no other trail cameras in this area. And people think there are portals. I have no idea what the hell is going on. So Eric says that's what he says, interdimensional. I have no idea. It's very interesting.
Are they not classified?
No, nobody knows what they are.
It was early September we went, wasn't it?
It was. I'll tell you when it was.
But Jennifer Appleton, she's a cryptid researcher.
Yeah.
She sent me some pictures of some out in her backyard. But mine was right in front of the camera, and it was just like, ah! And I was in shock because I've seen them on TV and on television shows, on paranormal shows, but I never seen one in real life, like on my camera or in person, right? So we know they're not bugs because nobody's never caught them. And on December 25th, that's Christmas Day here in the States, and it was chilly, and there was no bugs out in the winter. So, and yeah, there's a lot of people that say it's a Ogham symbol of some sort, but we don't know.
It is weird.
That is odd. We went to a church here because it was in the summer when we were all on vacation. We had vacations at different times, so it was hard to organise a time to do a hunt. So we basically, from where we live, there's a church about maybe 30 minutes away, not terribly far, and it's there's a lot of history on this church site, and it was it's got satanic rituals has happened there, witchcraft has happened there, and all these bits and bobs. And we went to the church, and we had to park at the bottom of the lane and walk up. The alleyway was dark, and looked really foreboding. Like the trees were all coming over and entangled, and there was like the Blair Witch shed in the middle of the forest. And I'm like, oh my god, that kind of thing. We hardly had any bugs at all on the way up that lane. As soon as we hit the cemetery, it was full of them, literally full of them. And if Angie can find a picture,
it's what I'm looking for. Hang on.
It is something that flashes past us. All right, it looks almost identical to that picture.
Yeah, so what the flying rods got famous for was some cave people were rappelling down in a cave. I forgot where the cave was, and they were filming this phenomenon. And they were like, what is this? And scientists were like, we don't know what it is because it's not an insect. I forgot where it was, but they were filming like hundreds of them. And they could never catch them. And scientists have tried to use lights, but they catch them during the day on film and video, and during at nighttime. There's no rhyme or reason when they videotape these or take pictures. It's sporadic. So I don't know. It's wild. I'm surprised that the camera caught it. So
That's
yeah,
crazy, isn't it? Yeah, because we just put it off as like, oh, it's insects, because obviously we were walking around the churchyard. It was dark, so we had torchlight, and obviously the light just, you get infested with bugs when you've got a light on.
right.
So
and that's one of the things I was doing with the video, the camera footage, right? Is because a lot of people that don't look at camera footage, when they see an image, that's the first thing they go to say, that's an animal, that's a bird, So what I was doing with my footage is I wanted to show people when they see an image what it is, because I look at so many different brands of camera in pictures. I know what the image is because I've seen it. And last time when I looked through the footage, I didn't show what animals look like at night coming up to the camera. And this way, people that's never seen footage before, they'd be like, oh, so that's what a deer looks like when it goes up and on a camera, right? You can actually see it. And when a bird flies up on a camera, you can actually tell it's a blue jay and with the feathers. And so I was prepping everybody. So when I show the other pictures, they're like, what the hell is that? Well, hell if I know. That's why I'm showing you the picture, because I don't know, right? And this way they're not saying, oh, well, that's a raccoon or that's a whatever, because now they're like, what did you capture? I'm like, I don't know. So that's what I was doing, is prepping everybody. So, and like I said, I still got more footage to go to.
Bear with me, I'm still searching. I will find it.
Yeah, your all's eyes lit up when y'all saw that picture. Y'all was like,
I know, because I remember specifically seeing, like, we were taking obviously pictures of the graveyard just in case we caught anything, like 3 pictures in succession, so that we can analyze if there was any differences between the 3. And we took 3 pictures, and on one of the pictures this thing showed up on the, like, just going through the camera. But
yeah, there are a lot of flying rods in UK. That's why I was amazed that y'all didn't know about it. I've seen a lot of videos and pictures from UK.
Yeah, didn't even know they had that kind of name. I would have just put it down as, well, what we did was, it's an insect of some description.
No, you can tell when mosquitoes fly in the camera. You can tell when moths fly in the camera and other small insects. They're very distinctive. You can also tell when you get orbs and dust, especially if it's humid out and there's a lot of moisture. You can tell because you can see it floating just very thick throughout the camera. So once again, I'm trying to show that as well. So when people see that, they're not automatically jumping on something paranormal or thinking something it is when it's not, or it's not and it is. So, so once you learn what the cameras look like at night, and that's why I put 4 cameras, 3 cameras to a tree, is that if something did walk up to a tree, it's got to walk around, right? Or walk away. So I wanted to get other pictures of whatever it is. So whenever this thing walked up to this tree, how I put these cameras up is I put them up 6 foot. Then I dropped it the next one down to right above the bottom of the camera to the bridge of my nose. Then the next one, 6 foot. The next one I stagger. So I staggered the cameras on the trees. Then I put the cameras in zones throughout the woods. So if I heard a deer came through the woods at zone 4, how did the herd of deer get there? So I can go to zone 2 and see, right? So if zone 4, they get there at 9:30. Let me back up 4 minutes and go to zone 2, and I should be able to track the movement. So when that hairy thing, whatever it was, came into the picture, it walked up to the tree. It snapped 3 pictures. 1, it was solid white. That means it was very close. Okay, granted, it could have been an animal. Second picture, it was walking away. Third picture, it walked around the tree, and it looked like the shoulder part, and it looked like a hair on a Cocker Spaniel, hairy and curly. And I was like, what the hell? And it just like vanished, and it didn't make any sense. And if it was an animal, it would have showed characteristics of what we saw in other videos of animals walking up to the camera. You would have been like, oh, that's a raccoon, that's a possum, that's a deer. So then we look at the distance of the object from the camera, shows that it was taller than 6 foot, and the distance from the object to the tree was greater than 6 to 8 inches or more. Because if it was still flush to the tree, you would still make out the distinct characteristics of what the animal was, regardless what time of night it is. I know it's a lot to take in, ladies and gentlemen, but if you watch all the footage like I have, it makes sense. Here we go.
So whatever it was taller than 6 foot if you're.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh.
And it doesn't look like the other 2 pictures we caught last year. Totally different.
Really? Oh, now I'm intrigued. Now I want to see it.
So, and Greg, so that has been debunked. Now, I have slowed down the footage. Now, I have caught moths and different types of insects last year during the summer and late fall, and none of those have the characteristics as that flying rod. So I don't know. Is it plausible? It could be, but I have no idea. But it does not look like any insects I ever caught. Angie, have you ever found yours yet?
No, I'm still looking. I'm having to scroll through an old chat, and it's keeps sort of like backing up. I've got to the beginning of October, and I know that I took this in September, didn't I?
Yeah, we just come back off holiday, and we went the weekend we came back off holiday.
Haven't you got it on your pictures?
No, because I have to I have so many on here. I have to delete them.
And I say this to anybody that looks at whatever I show. I'm open to anything, and they can believe whatever they want to believe. I'm not going to say what it is and what it's not. I'm not that type, and if I was that type, I wouldn't even say I caught anything. I just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It is what it is, and if you want to call it a family of raccoons jumping up and down and beating the hell out of the camera, then that's fine with me. But I know what it looks like when a raccoon climbs on a camera. But I'm not going to say you're wrong. If that's your opinion, I respect it, and I'm welcome to anybody's opinions on anything, because there are people out there that have cameras and capture things and are sitting on pictures, because I've seen them. And when I released the first set of pictures, I've got a lot of people that message me directly. They're like, dude, I know what you got, because here are mine. And I'm like, that looks exactly like mine. But they got better pictures of the creature, or whatever you want to call it, further away from the camera, and also multiple angles from different cameras. So it makes sense. And that's why I'll put different cameras in different locations on the tree, different heights, and try to, I've got different strategics to try to catch things, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
it does. It makes perfect
sense.
And
I've got other plans. I actually ordered more cameras. Do I need more cameras? No. But I got theories. I really do. And, I left them out there for since October 4th to February 2nd. So it was interesting, because the time frames that things were caught were only on certain times, of the morning, late morning, like 1:30 to 3:30.
That would be interesting to analyze that, actually.
Then there's when I went back to try to figure out how that thing got on that camera, right? I should be able to track the movement. Then I realized somehow, it's going to sound weird, cameras malfunction where it wouldn't record. Now, out of 4 cameras, north, south, east, and west on a tree, why 2:34 a.m. on this day, the west camera quit recording for 3 minutes and 22 seconds, while the other 3 were recording and taking pictures and video and audio? Then why did other cameras in zone 3 pick up 4 minutes later, start to say IR low, battery low, and tell me it was getting ready to die? Then it goes back to normal, while other cameras, the next zone up, 4 minutes later, record black footage and only audio only. It's stuff like that's not adding up. And that's where I was starting to go cuckoo. And I was like, because if you pull an SD card, right? Mm-hmm. If you pull one of these, what do? You just go over the footage.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, if you walk into a grocery store, they have cameras. As soon as you hit that front door, they can track you from the time you enter, track your movement in that store until you leave. That's what I was doing in the woods. For some reason, the cameras and the times were not adding up compared to the pictures when it comes to missing footage. There were 9 cameras that just completely had no data on the SD cards. There were 2 cameras that were out there for 4 months that only had footage from February, and that was it. Now, that's mathematically impossible to have no animals, birds, squirrels, raccoons, turkeys, foxes, coyotes. I showed pictures and videos of all kinds of animals across the spectrum we have in the state of Kentucky. That's mathematically impossible to have no movement of any type of animals in certain forestry. I'm sorry. Explain that to me. So stuff like that doesn't make sense.
No, that's what I mean about like with the ghost hunt we did the other weekend. It didn't make
And Greg
sense.
says power issues are calming. But I understand that. But when something walks into the woods, like, for example, I have cameras right outside in the woods, right outside in my back patio. And there was a couple walking their dog with their daughter. I tracked them on all 5 cameras, exactly where they went in the woods. I should be able to do something with the hairy creature. I can't.
Yeah.
So
we had that on our last ghost hunt. We filmed all night, and we got home to check the footage, and we're missing chunks of.
It's crazy.
It's just weird things, like obviously important things that happened. Bits are missing from it, and it's like, where's it gone? Because we're recording the vigil, then the vigil cuts, and then we're recording the end of the vigil. But so it was obviously, the camera was obviously in that room and recording, but why did it cut at that point and then restart at that point? What's the reason? Why?
Right. So here's one of the error messages I was getting on 4 cameras. Okay. And this started out in middle of October on 4 cameras. Now, this tells me the batteries are going dead. See it? Low power, no IR, batteries dying.
Mm-hmm.
When I picked up the camera, it had full batteries, full power. I had audio, video, and still pictures on the cameras. But on certain times of the night, this started at, what's the time? 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
So, and I already had 43 pictures on it. So from certain cameras in certain zones, this happened. From zone 1 to zone 5. Then a couple hours later, from zone 4 to zone 7, same thing. It was like something was walking through there with the device, turning these cameras and just zapping them. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, yeah.
But then they would go back and because I was like, I even put one camera right back out in the woods when I got home, when I pulled the SD card to test the camera for functionality, and it recorded audio, video, and still pictures. And I had, within 3 hours, I forgot how much data on it, and everything was fine. Because I thought I was having camera problems. I mean, you're going to have electronics issues, right?
Yeah.
They're going to malfunctions. You're going to have cameras that go bad. Granted, it's electronics.
It happens.
And they all passed. So I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going nuts. I mean, some of the Mike, some of the people are like, what the hell are you working on? Because I was like talking in chat rooms or groups, and I was like retracting my statements because it wasn't making any sense. I thought I was going nuts. So that's what I've been dealing with.
Yeah, it is weird when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, it is.
It's weird because we've tested the camera since we've been back. Obviously, because we were out this weekend, we don't want the same thing to happen because it's frustrating, especially when I have to edit it because I can't make it make sense. Do you know what I mean? If you miss out middle bits, I can't make it make sense. So I'm trying to do my best with what I've got. So this weekend, I said to Mick, we test the cameras while we're at home, make sure there's not a blip in the camera or there's a problem with it that we need to get it taken to the camera repair shop before we go, or that nothing is wrong with the camera. We've set it up, we've recorded, like just left it in the house and just recorded, there's no footage missing.
Right. Yeah. I cannot explain it. So my question is how many people
look at this one
that have trail cameras out there don't
I
know
found it.
when their trail cameras stop recording because they don't have other cameras to validate things, right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hmm.
So what'd you find? You found the picture?
I found the picture, finally. I've sent it to Mick to send it.
I am going to download it and present it. Oh no, I can't present pictures, can I? And
No.
we'll send it to you. Send.
What do you mean? You just put it up there and I hit OK.
No, I can't share pictures. I can only share videos to you.
Why are you sending
Everybody
it to
else does.
No.
Let me bring up my Facebook.
I'm going to send it to you.
I have to bring up my Facebook, Cletus.
Hang on, let me see what. No, yeah, I have to send it to you. Well, I'll keep sending it to us.
You see, I was freaked out when I saw it because I was like, oh my God, was that by my face? And I just assumed it was
It's like the movie Evolution, isn't it?
an awful bug or something.
That's what I thought it was a bug.
Mm.
No, yours looks like yours is a long one.
That's what she said.
Said the actress to the bishop.
I said, thank you, Grizzly. I said, I know you keep seeing me naked.
Look at that.
See? That's the same, isn't it?
Yep.
In a graveyard.
What is that? That's weird.
We don't
It's a
know.
flying rod.
I had an actual video of that. So it was on the video, but I've God knows where that's gone. I can't spend any more time looking, but that was like a shot of the video.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
did. I paused mine and took a still picture.
Yeah.
It's very similar, though.
Oh, that is amazing. I did not know what that was.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
A flying rod.
A flying rod.
Oh my God, I'm going to go on a flying rod hunt.
But what's weird is that it's not, you may not ever see one again. I've never seen one. I never captured one. As much as I've taken pictures out in wildlife, turkey hunting, fishing, I've never captured one.
I can't believe we didn't know about them.
No, I know.
I'm going to have to research.
Irene
it
says
now.
she tried to connect to it with the picture and she couldn't. So Kelly Jo tried to do the same thing with my picture. She couldn't connect to it. So
I wonder what they are. It's weird.
I don't know. I deleted a bunch. I actually deleted that one picture of the creature walking around the tree, which I have to go back and find it on the SD card. But I got the other pictures. Let me see if I got the flash. Because I still got some footage on the desktop. Let me see where it's at. But it's
Isn't it?
that's the bird picture. Let's see here. Okay, here it is. Oops, wrong button. Now, when you look at this, look where the deer is at. Then look in front of it. And I'll show you on the mouse. See where the deer is at right here?
Oh, yeah.
Look right around here. Now, during the day, I blew this picture up, and you'll see no cameras. And also there's nobody walking. And I actually walked through here in February to get the trail cameras off this tree because there's 4 on this tree. So now watch that area. Watch where that deer is looking. Did you see it?
Hang on.
Well, if you hang on, you done missed it.
Hang on, where are you doing it? Point the Oh, what,
Just
behind
watch
it?
Yes, right where the deer is looking.
Yeah, it looks like a face, doesn't it?
No, the flash.
Hang on, I'm getting lost.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it.
Then do it again.
Oh yeah, what is that?
What is
We don't know. There's no cameras over there. Nobody goes over there from October till I go, and I walk right by there, and there's no cameras on that tree. So,
Go back to that a minute. Sorry,
I want to see that again because
I just see a man standing there, but I don't know whether it's my eyes.
don't tell me you got pareidolia.
Yeah, it could be. There's two things that are moving there when the deer goes.
So we look for the deer. Wait, let me get the deer. I've got the deer.
You already missed it.
Yeah, no, I'm not bothered about the light. I'm bothered about
I am.
happening.
Is the light behind the deer?
Yeah, it flashes up near its antlers. There. See it?
That looked like a flying rod.
Hang on,
What
wait.
are you looking at,
lie.
flying rod? There ain't nothing there, but it's a flash of light.
Yeah, but if you look, Grizzly, if you get your thing, yeah, your cursor, where that rod is, yeah, in between that, is that what's moving beside that when the deer walks away? Just underneath the lightning.
I just see a little bush he hits, or it hits.
What do you think? Right, hang on, stay there. Leave it on.
But the deer's looking at it
Also,
Yeah.
before.
Also, I've seen something else. So where the deer is, right, where the bum end of the deer is, you'll see the tree there. It's hard to do it without having my finger on the screen. There's a light that hits that. Have you noticed that?
I had it on a 75
Yeah.
inch. The only thing I see is a flashing light.
That is
Let
amazing.
that play to the end and push pause for a second. Just let it play to the end and just stay freeze framed. If it does. Oh, am I seeing something there?
No, there's nothing there.
There's nothing else there, Mick. I can't
Because
see.
I put that on the 75 inch and I went through that video very thoroughly.
Well, it looked like a hooded little man was standing there when the deer.
But that's not the only time that I've got that in other locations throughout the woods. That's what's crazy. It's not just there.
Grizzly, can you send me that clip? Is it too hard to send me that clip?
What is causing random flashes?
And this is it. We don't know, because I mean things like that could be happening a lot, but we haven't got like just cameras sort of set up, have we? So we do.
Yeah, because I put 37 cameras out, not counting the 5 behind the house.
Wow.
So
It's interesting, isn't it? What's doing it? What's making that happen?
that and the orbs was pretty interesting. But there was one video, I forgot which one we showed on what show. The flash of light was at the bottom of the tree. And it's like, because somebody was like, did you have a camera on the bottom of base of a tree? I'm like, no, all my cameras are up in the air, 6 foot or whatever. I got to measure from the bridge of my nose.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
it is odd. It doesn't. So yeah, it's just very strange. So
It is strange.
I would like you to send me that piece of footage.
yeah, I'll send it to you.
Send it to me because I need to have a look at the end. I
Not a
swear I
problem.
see like a little hooded man standing there at the end after the deer walked off. But
Oh, come on. You don't be freaking me out. There ain't nobody at the end. I done watched that footage probably 30 times on the big screen.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't see it on the big screen.
But it could be pareidolia, Mick.
Yeah.
that's what I want to look at it.
I mean, I analyze our videos, but you know, it's. I mean, I missed the shadow going up the stairs on Hot Droid.
So the thing, and this is what I told somebody, right? So if it was a camera, two things. One, when I blew the daytime picture up, I would have seen either a box on the tree or a strap. And we looked at the daytime footage, and you see me walking through there, and you see me looking at the tree when I went and got the cameras. Plus, I've got pictures of animals walking from that area to this tree where I got the cameras recording that way. So, and nobody's ever come to get any cameras. Two, the deer was stationary and the flash was not directly towards the deer. It was like at an angle from the deer. So that deer did not set off any motion for that flash to and I'm just saying, because I got cameras out and I know how this stuff works. I'm just trying to tell people that this is why I don't think it's a camera. And not only that, it's because I've seen it in other parts of the woods, how I got these zones set up. And like that one, I think Brian Barber found, it was at the base of the tree. It didn't make any sense. So somebody sent me a bunch of pictures.
I'm just thinking out loud now. I'm going to probably make an idiot of myself. But if it was a camera that had made that flash, the deer surely would react in a more skittish manner than what it did by just trundling off.
Two things. If that was a camera, I would have caught it a lot of times on my camera, because on my cameras, I've set it up to where I've got some cameras facing my other cameras.
Yeah.
So where something walks in on this zone, it takes a picture and flashes while this camera don't flash, and it still captures this image on this image. And this image is lit up, but this image is not flashing. Make sense?
Yeah.
You see my plans and how I got this set up?
Yeah.
So, and I've got theories and how this, and that's why I'm saying it's hard to explain. And I had to sit here the first couple of nights with a notebook and drawing lines and write down times and going to zones. And somebody's like, you need to get some yarn and start doing some strings.
Yeah, it is a nightmare, isn't it? Going through.
Yeah, because you're trying to figure this out, because you're like, because that's the thing. If it was a camera, I would have caught repeatedly with all the other animals in that traffic through there. I would have caught it numerous times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like somebody else has got a camera out there. And I'll say this, out of 37 cameras from October 4th to February 2nd, no humans were caught on any of the cameras. Not even during hunting season.
No.
So
if it was something, I don't know, man-made, I think it would react more scared and run off rather than just stroll away.
So whatever that flash was, that deer knew it was going to happen, because the deer moved and looked in that direction.
Yeah.
The deer wasn't frightened. So it's accustomed to whatever had happened. It was accustomed to that, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. That I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying it's a fact. So
yeah, the deer wasn't scared by it.
No, it's just like something's getting ready to happen. Okay, it happened. I'm going back to and just like casually just walked off.
Yeah.
So because I look at animal behavior too, because animals will tell you before something happens, after something happens, right? Because I will look at, oh, hell, there's 8 deer running like hell. Okay, it left zone 3. What are they running from? I'll go back and watch the footage. Coyotes. Coyotes are chasing them. Okay, there's a little one in that deer herd. See, I can go back and track the movement. Why are they running? And seeing that white tail do this number throughout the woods. That's why I set them up in certain places. So when that thing got to that one zone 4, I was like, how'd you get there? And I was like, I'll find out. Well, I guess I'm not going to find out. So
when do we get to see that?
And Gene, right. Somebody actually, a lot of people said that. A lot of people said they think the deer felt the static electricity or the EMF field or the disturbance in the field. And that's why the deer looked. Because if you notice, certain animals will know when earthquakes hit, right? Before it happens, or natural disasters or storms coming. I mean, animals know. So it's so that is plausible. I'm glad you point that out. I have so many conversations. I forget which conversation on what show or who I talk to. So I'm glad they.
When we're doing ghost hunts, sometimes before anything happens, you can get that sense of your tingles, your hairs on the back of your neck standing up. So what's to say that's not what happened to the deer?
Right.
It was consciously aware that something was there because it turned back in that direction. So I don't know. It's weird.
It's mind blowing. It really is. And
I don't know.
So, like I said, I'll go through the rest of the footage and show what I've got. It's no big deal, and people can think what they want and put their opinion, and maybe somebody be like, "I got something like that. Let's talk." That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, we do.
Or somebody may be like, "Hey, this is what you caught, and let me tell you what it is." I'm down with that too, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go sleeping out in the middle of the woods. You're all nuts. So so everybody send me a bunch of messages. I'll look at it after the show. Thank you all. But like I said, I actually that last night I'm like I threw all the SD and I learned something else too. So I don't have my SD cards numbered. When I took them out of cameras, I took them out and put them in envelopes that are numbered from the zones. So when I was deleting, hold on, where's my? Oh hell, where'd it go? Hold on. Y'all gonna make me go crazy now. I probably threw them. Oh, so as I'm deleting footages, I start putting them in a little baggie. I'm like, yeah, that SD card's down. I don't need that footage, so I'll start throwing them in a baggie. So that's what I'm starting to do. And I was telling somebody 3 nights ago, I was like, because I think on one of the shows I was showing video and I was putting them on the desktop, and that's how I deleted that one picture. Thank God I still got the SD card. And I was like, yeah, maybe I should number them like 1 through 50 or something. They're like, yeah, it's growing pains, isn't it? Yeah, but I do. I've got them numbered in zones, and I put them as I pull the cameras because I know each camera how they're positioned on the tree, north, south, east, and west. Because when you pull the footage, you can see it. So, but anyways, yes, I know, Irene. I told Brian Barber I was going to cover them in peanut butter and tie them to a tree. There's an GIF. There's if you type in peanut butter on your iPhone, it's got a guy covering peanut butter. It's funny looking. I sent that to Brian Barber, by the way.
Oh,
yeah. I was gonna have another heart attack. It's like that bad move. Where's his bad move? So, but it's interesting. So there's once I get through the footage, there's another strategic plan I'm going to try. And a lot of people are like, Grizzly, why don't you put the cameras on the ground? Twofolds. I showed all the activity of the turkey, the foxes, the coyotes, the raccoons. Did I say possums? No. The squirrels, the birds and everything, and the chipmunks. So they're so sporadic on the ground, it would eat up so much footage. Now, the cameras don't take up a lot of recording space because they're so small when it saves the data. So, but the footage that I've got, there's a lot of activity of them on the ground and also the squirrels and stuff in the trees. And it's great because some of these shots of the videos and pictures, I get 90 to 120 yards in the woods. So if something is walking through the woods, a big creature or other herds of deers or animals, when that squirrel's playing, it's automatically taking an image and it doesn't know about it. See? So, and a lot of people don't realize that. because it's recording here, but I'm still recording in the very back part. So I'm catching other animals as they're traveling and they don't even know it. So it's interesting. Now I noticed certain brands of cameras, you'll see certain animals walk by and stop and go and walk right up to the camera and we're like, what the hell is this? And that was interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like, aha. In certain cameras, they had no idea and they just walked right on. But certain cameras and certain batteries, I think, they would walk and they would just stop and just stare at the camera for a second. Then they would look and they would look and they would look. And that was interesting. And that was one of my theories too. Different batteries, alkaline, niclad, different IRs and different frequencies. So yes.
Did you change the batteries every day?
No, they were still full and 3/4 full. None of them had dead batteries.
Yeah, they only use them trail cams last for days, don't they?
Yeah. So the trail cams last for all types of weather, cold weather, hot weather, sleet, rain, snow. The only thing that drains the batteries is how much and how long it records, the amount of data. I mean, some of my trail cams, I can put a 128 gig memory card in it and you can leave it out there for a year. So,
Wow.
but all mine were locked to a tree with the cable lock where you can't use bolt cutters or a Dremel tool to remove them. So I wasn't worried about them being stolen. Plus, I didn't have any human activity out there because I was worried about deer season. That's why I didn't go out there and retrieve them. Because I didn't want some bow hunter out there shoot me or anything. Because I was going to wear orange and go out and get them. I'm like, nah, leave them out there and see what I capture. See who's hunting or if anybody hunts. And I didn't. Nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
That's so cool.
But I learned from the first set of cameras, I didn't show all the animals. So this, I think, helped a lot of people to know what animals look like on cameras at nighttime to sort out the confusion. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
You're always going to get people that say something else.
Oh, yeah. That's why I never say what I think it is. I always say, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So, right.
If we capture something brilliant, then I say, this is what I think it is. Now you try and tell me it's not.
Yeah, I don't. That's like Greg. He leans towards a quick orb. What's weird, it's that it flashed, and it could be. Now, the other orbs, I have to go back. I think the ones I showed were emitting light going through the woods. And at first, I was like, is that a human? And it's like, no, it's not. That's weird, right? And I don't know. It's just, and then some of the people with abilities, like you got portals out there and all this other stuff. And it's like, whoa, I don't know. But when I do go back out in the woods, I'm getting ready to set up some more cameras. I am going to take an EMF detector out with me and wave that around where certain zones are. And like where that flying rod was, and see if I get any hits or any changes. Because that's one thing I haven't tested or validated. So that'd be interesting too.
Yeah.
So when we were out in that graveyard, when I took the footage of the flying rod, we had a lot of EMF activity, didn't we?
Mm.
See, and that's interesting to know. So
and we were obviously outside in a graveyard.
It was responsive as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it in the middle of nowhere, and we
so maybe I need to take an EMF detector and tape it to a tree and build a cover over it and make it weatherproof somehow and put it in front of a camera.
Yeah, you could just put it in a food bag, can't you? A freezer bag.
Oh yeah, that would work, wouldn't it?
Ziploc bag, yeah.
So Greg says he's got different orbs. That's pretty neat. And this is all new to me, Greg, seeing stuff like this. Now, the first time the cameras, Greg, I've got weird pictures of, I don't know whatever it is, but nothing this extraordinary when it comes to orbs or flashes of light or hairy things. Well, hairy things we got, but not like this. And the other thing, the flying rod I never got. So, but I never had this many cameras. And I didn't put them in a strategic location either, like I did. So there was a mathematical probability that I would capture something the way I put them. I did like a diamond and a backwards forward Z pattern within 300 to 500 yards. I have to, maybe I need to draw it out on one of the shows, but I'm going to try a different pattern. So, but Irene says EMF goes with the territory. So yeah, that's a good idea about the EMF detector. So yeah. Oh, Eric says he made a waterproof REM pod. I'm gonna have to get one, Eric. Then.
Eric.
So maybe I'll put it out there for a couple of weeks and see how long a 9-volt will last, and just go out and check it.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what sort of EMF spikes you get out there.
Yeah, I'm going to say
nothing causing it.
It was in the red, wasn't it? I specifically remember that it was in the red for ages as well, because I think Jack was holding it, wasn't it, at the time?
Yeah. And there was no power lines overhead or anything that could have caused that fluctuation so dramatically. I mean, you might get a little bit of a blip, the green light might blip.
Right.
But to go into the red on command, it was like, what the hell? This is actually happening.
And that was where we had the first time the Spirit Talker app as well. We were using that, and we were getting really responsive answers. Like when I asked for a date and I asked for a name, and I said, "Okay, can you tell me your surname?" And we got what could have been a surname. It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Michael sent me a picture, and that's what Barb sent me, the same thing. So I have to go back and look at that.
It looks like a cloaked man, doesn't it? Little one.
That's what Barb just sent me too.
It might be pareidolia, but
I want to see it now.
Yeah, he just sent. I just looked at Barb's and Michael's pictures, but we need to go to town for a bit. Okay, Catherine. But I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say? He sent me that picture. My mind went. I don't know what I was going to say. Catherine's going to town. I saw that pic. You was talking about going in the red. I don't know. I just lost it.
We're talking about the
responsive Spirit Talker app.
Yeah, no, I would. I'll get whatever Eric's got that's waterproof and try that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the hell I was going to say. I really don't remember. My mind went blank. I mean, I'm like, I can't even think what I was thinking. I did, Irene. I lost my mind. I saw that picture and I was like,
"Is it good?" You gonna show
it makes you stop and think. Because him and Barb both got the same thing. It looks like.
Yeah, well, if Barb got the same as me, hang on, I'll send it to our group.
That's odd, isn't it?
I ain't showing it. Not to what?
Hey.
I forgot. Look, she disappears all the time.
People want to see it.
People want to see.
I don't want to see it. I can't see that, Michael, because if I touch that, it means I have to come off.
Oh,
it looks weird, doesn't it?
I can see why Grizzly lost his mind.
Yeah, that made me. I really don't remember what I was saying.
I don't know. Is it pareidolia or is it not?
I don't know. I'll look at it and I will show it on the next show, and I'll let people make their own judgment. But
because it looks like there's a cloak going through the back of the other tree. It carries on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look, she just jumps up from camera and says, "Hell with this."
Let me see it.
The deer's gone.
Ooh.
With that dark black.
I really don't know what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, my mind went to kaboo.
Oh yeah.
Don't me. That y'all get me out my.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to go get some medicine now.
The deer was here.
Yeah, but look at the size of that.
Yeah, well, it could be alien.
Look at the size of what?
Man, look at the size of that. That's no good.
Eric even says there's something else there. Maybe y'all are onto something. I put that, ladies and gentlemen, I put that up on the big screen. And I stared at that damn thing for probably 20, 30 times because I really thought that was a camera at first. I ain't going to lie. I really thought there was a camera there. Then I went to the daytime footage, and I was like, Grizzly, if there was a camera there, I would have had flashes for 4 months of all the animals coming through there. So I was like talking myself out of it. What the heck, Grizzly? Really, you send him the picture on the show and leave him on us show? I'll protest. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Don't make fun of me. I'm not saying it is something. I'll show it.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it could be pareidolia, but it is definitely a bit strange.
Strange that two of you picked that up, though.
Yeah.
Well, more than one person pick it up. I'll go back and recheck it, but I'll show the picture so everybody can see it. Everybody's like, oh, they're getting closer to the phones.
No respect for those people watching.
Hey, pareidolia happens when you start trying to look at stuff. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the picture. All right, let me hit the right button. Now, don't shoot the messenger.
No, I'm just saying it could be pareidolia, but it was definitely strange.
All right, here we go. In action.
It's not going to load up.
Yeah, it's going to load up. It's right there. Now, I'm going to blow it up just a little bit on my touch screen so they can see what you circled. So, like I said, I'll put it up on the big screen and I'll go back and look at it. But you and Barb said the same thing, so.
It's like there's something standing there with a hood on. But it could be pareidolia. I can't work out what else it could be. It's just strange.
Yeah, like I said, I'll go back and look at it. But I caught her. She was up there like this on the camera. And everybody else is doing the same thing. But Eric, hook me up. Tell me what I owe, and I'll get what you got. And we'll put it in the videos, and we'll hook it up to a tree. Rebecca wants to know, is it naked? Why is everything naked?
I don't know. You keep bringing me when I'm naked.
I know.
Every time I call, he's always getting in the bathtub. It's like, what the hell?
Or in bed.
But Barb says it moves. I'm going to go back and watch the footage.
Yeah, it does. It's definitely strange.
No.
It moves. Oh my gosh.
No,
that's what I said.
No. Hold up, Gene. I didn't say it's pareidolia. I said I want to make sure it's not pareidolia. I said because I looked at it so many times, I want to make sure it's not pareidolia. I'm not saying it is, but when you got other people looking at it, I'll look at it again since I got a fresh set of eyes. I'm not looking at the same video over and over. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of refreshed a little bit. Yeah, I'm open to anything. I just don't want people to jump on a bandwagon if something's not there, hon. That's all. So, that's all. Yeah.
None of us know. It could be pareidolia.
Right.
It could be. But
you know what? One of these days, I'm going to come on with a toupee. You just wait. It's going to happen. Irene says it does not respond to her voice. So I'll say this and we'll wrap up. So the people with abilities, I do show these pictures to because sometimes they can tell me what it is or is not. And so I did show Kelly Joe and a few other people, and Val's seen some. And they were like, and they told me. So it's interesting that Irene's coming up the same way. Well, I didn't show Kelly Joe that picture because I didn't know about it, but she's saying the same things that Kelly Joe says, so it's validating. But yeah,
and it's like I've seen the same thing Barb has seen, so I can say where I see it. And Barb said,
it was the same exact image that Barb sent me, and I guess other people, because I've got like a ton of messages now, which is fine, and I'll go through the messages and I'll reply back. Yeah. But I'm open to anything. It is what it is. So I'm just hoping that when I share the rest of the pictures, there's more, that if somebody's out there that wants to send me a private message and tell me what it is, if you got something similar, I'm game with that as well. There we go.
When you watch on the big screen, so I've got my computer screen set, obviously, so much brighter, different pixelation. I've got
I got two big monitors to the left and right. Then above me, I got a 75. So I'm good. So when people send me photographs, I'm like, Wrong. Anyway,
Yeah,
but
but
I don't tell nobody else. But yeah.
sometimes, like we catch stuff and then we show it on YouTube, and you don't really see it that well compared to my computer screen.
Well, plus I got a touch screen in front of me, so if you ever see me do this,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm blowing it up on my computer. So yeah, I love my touch screen. And what is that? Is that my trigger word? Because yes, it is. Every time y'all say naked, it's like my head goes crooked. So and you'll see me in the studio lay on my chase, and I'll take screenshots laying on my chase on the 75 inch. You're like, what size monitor is that? And I'm like 75. I was like, I wanted an 85, but it wouldn't fit. But anyways, but yeah. But yeah, every time they say that word, my head just goes like in a crink. I have to look. Call him the string. Thanks, Roger.
Call him the
But
string.
no, but I'll try to get through the footage. But I'm talking to so this one camera that I got from a manufacturer. I love this little baby. This thing's got a solar power built in. I'm going to do a show just on this. This is the one the manufacturer's like, what are you going to use a camera for? And I'm like, Bigfoot. They're like, do what? I'm like, Bigfoot. Are you being for real? I think he's being for real. Yeah. Tell him to write that up. Can you write that up? Yeah. And they thought I was pulling their leg. They thought I was crazy. So they let me pick out any camera off their line. And I picked out the solar one with the battery backup built in. Since October to February 2nd, still 100%.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yes. I loved it. And it takes awesome stills, awesome video, awesome audio. And oh yeah, I love it. And they're not very expensive at all. I think right around $100, I think.
Wow.
And so I'm getting ready to do a review on it. And it's got two lenses in it, so it takes a good wide aperture. So like when I walk up to it, it still has footage, camera lenses around me, just like the other ones do, but it's a little wider. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's pretty cool,
But I'm talking to a couple other manufacturers, and they're like, so are you a big hunter? I'm like, I sure am. They're like, yeah. So what kind of hunting you do? Do you do like deer and stuff? I do everything. And they're all into it. Then when I talk about cryptids, they're like, they just get quiet. And they're just, I'm like, yeah, so much for that one.
Ghost hunting, don't they?
Nothing was caught on that one, but a bunch of wildlife. So very interesting. So I'm going to deploy that one back out with a bunch of other ones. So, but you know what I need to do next time I have a conversation is to record it so I can play it on one of the shows, because y'all get the kick out of it. Yeah. Especially when I called the Fish and Wildlife down in Florida that one time. That was awful. I did that live on a show. But next time I talk to a manufacturer about something like this, I'll record it. Because y'all be like, because you'll hear them, because they'll be like, yeah. They'll be like, and like Bigfoot, and they're like, I'm like, hello, yeah, we're here, we hear you. It's funnier than hell, but yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, if we couldn't we wear those? No.
And so I actually found my old. What do you call those damn things the police wear?
Body cams.
Body cam. I found one of my old body cams, and I was like, I wonder if it still works. And it did. I was like, shut the front door. And I'm like, well, I want to take that out and put it on the back of my body. But yeah, it still works. So I'm like, interesting.
I don't know whether I think, because I've thought about this before about getting body cams for us when we're going on hunts. And Daryl Marsden uses body cams all of the time, and he thinks like they're the best because they're constantly recording everything.
Yeah, so a lot of people use GoPros and other similar devices, or they record backwards on their back, or record when they're walking in the woods. Like instead of the camera facing this way, they'll walk with the camera this way, because they think Bigfoot. They're like, oh, they're recording this way, and they actually capture them behind them. And it actually works. A lot of people get some good video evidence that way. So it actually does work.
Hmm.
So, but I actually got footage on my chest cam, and I was like, I wonder if I get in trouble if I played that. Anyway, so now I do have some of my pursuits on my old laptop I found. I'm going to see if I can show some of that on one of my shows. That'd be interesting. So,
Definitely.
What, ditching it?
I did go in one ditch. I never did use a foul word. I think one of them I got a guy snorting like a pig. So,
What?
yes. Tell us what song you hear for Nikki, Angie, and Mick. No, not today. I'm not even in that mood. I'll do it on the next show. I have to zone in. So,
What's this? What song?
yeah, I'll explain to you later. But we'll wrap it up. But I'll get through the footage in the next day or two. I'm trying to, and we'll see what we got, and I'll get a hold of Eric after the show and go through the messages, because he said he had a waterproof, didn't he? EMF.
Yeah.
Waterproof iPod.
I wonder if it's the pickle. Did you know he made a pickle one?
No, a pickle.
Angie. Ladies and gentlemen, from coast to coast around the world, we'll catch you on the next show. Take care, everybody.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.